Soviet East Side. No, for real. It's what becoming a communist here. Oh no, hopefully that's viewed in a positive light. Anyway, here you go again with this. Well, East Side with the foreign workers exchange program that we're going to make. Everyone's responsible for anything they've done violent to other people in war. Alright? Yeah, this is going to be great. It's beautiful. And I'm sorry if I got a little bit graphic, just using words that describe situations, because I think that might be against the rules of YouTube. So maybe if I cover my mouth, they won't be able to know what I say, because actually I could say, well, I didn't say that because my lips didn't show that. So you don't know if I said what the or not. Alright? Anyway, so British people, now you have to go over to Germany and do some work over there where there's buildings to fix up or something to do and clean up for hours on end. Because there was also bombings and stuff to Germany done by British people. Okay? And now the German people need to go down and work for these people over here, down to the Soviet people. These other people, they need to go work somewhere too, okay? Fix up something, okay? Take care of somebody, do some public service work. And then, everybody that's done something to somebody has to, oh yeah. And then, let's see, the Jewish people, with the first newspaper, Judah, declared war on Germany. Those people, well, because they declared the war, that basically the people that declare the war the ones that start the war, right? Declaration of war is the one when the war begins officially. So technically, now you need to go work on a lot of programs, because what you did with World War II and your propaganda got a whole world involved. So you need to go to all the nations with your brainium, cranium, genius, okay, that you got from whatever it was that made your head. And this is positive because, bigger the head, the bigger the brain, they say have, but sometimes maybe too big a brain might make you not, overloaded, and you can't, you know what, they say the Neanderthals, people had, a bigger brain capacity, so I don't know why you guys have one. But the point is Judah declared war on Germany, so, you've got to go and do some public service work all over, because you started World War II by that declarations. And this is very positive, because now you get to meet and greet. See, we take our, our people that are, like I said, rioting, looting, that are disgruntled with America, and we give them a free vacation where they go work off their vacation, though, and the conditions and the living styles of another country, such as Syria. So Syria can come fix Baltimore. Okay? Let's have Syrians come fix Baltimore and fix up these other places then. And let these people that tore it up go to these countries that America's blown to bits. Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, all these places, okay? We've gone in all kind of territories. So we got a lot of public service work and makeup work to do, because we're Soviet socialists now. So we need to work for the world, the betterment of the world, the perfection of the world. It's really sad. America's in a state of basically it's dead. Okay. And what it is they want to keep the appearance that they're on top of their game, that they're still on top when they're dead, declining, and they put on that makeup, you know. They put on the dead people. They put on the makeup to make them look, you know, kind of appear like they're still with us and not so sick and just unlively. Okay, because it's a cover-up. Makeup is cover-up, and they put this makeup on the dead people. Now, I should not say too much because that's graphic language, but anyway, they use this makeup so when they're trying to appear like they're still alive and they're dead, and America's dead inside. It's from the inside out, but it's from all this programming, all the programming, and all your allowance of well, you know, it's everything: institutions, schools, public school systems, universities. You know, it's patriotism, the media. You know, it's people's yearning for you know, the American dream, wanting all the money, doing whatever it takes. They say do whatever it takes. They tell you be number one. They want everyone to be number one, competitive. Okay, do whatever it takes to get that goal. They tell you do this all the time. You know, these kind of messages over and over and over. Then when people really do what they quote unquote sell out, okay, that's part of it. It's what happens. So these people end up selling out, and they go against the, and sometimes they, you know, we don't even know, sometimes we don't even know when we're deprogramming ourselves, sometimes when we're walking away from this Babylon, and we wake up and we realize there's a matrix, and we start to walk out of it. Sometimes we get caught up in you know, sometimes we forget, or we're not fully aware of all the roles in the reality that we do really actually live in, and we forget that sometimes these rules merge or blend, or sometimes, you know, the unreality rules match the reality rules, so it seems like it's you know, a current existence is valid, but it's not. It's edited. The more you understand that this is all a world theater, okay? This is a staged world theater. Everything, most of this stuff that's happening is very much well staged in this theater, okay? It's theatrics right now. You know, it's like reality television. The guy who's successful, you know, Donald Trump is very successful with reality TV show, okay, and stuff like that. Now the reality TV show is on, you know, it's our presidential election, is what it's become. It's, you know, now I'd like to see Bill Clinton. Now this would be interesting. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump debating on YouTube with the terms of use now, that the new terms of use at YouTube and the censorship that they have every right to do. Let's see how that debate turns out, and if it follows all the guidelines that they ask the people on YouTube to keep that standard. Let's see a debate between these people on YouTube live, right? Live stream this debate. They don't have to be face to face. They can be across the way, right? But live stream it, and guess what? Let's see how well they can go by the guidelines. Ask that question. Let's see. Think about that for a second. All right. So, all the reason why I'm making all these videos is not because I'm panicky about my channel, because I'm not at all. I'm not even worried about that. Because I don't really make a lot of stuff that's just like outright for no reason. It seems like very offensive sometimes, or it seems like, oh, you look like outrageous, but there's always a point. There's always I try to always make like a you know, moral to the story, okay? There's always a lesson. There's always something. I try to always put in something that we can learn, share, and admit that when I'm wrong, or admit my truth that is contrary to popular belief, which is sometimes myth, okay? Which is popular belief a lot of times is just myth with no facts, So, you know, if you want, you know, what they can do is just make, you know, I've got a lot of names for a program that can just mirror YouTube and do pretty much the same thing as YouTube now. I mean, it's just everyone has to gather up their stuff, their shit. I'll say it. Oops, did I say an offensive word? I meant feces. How's that? Because that's not a profanity, is it? Gather up. I didn't mean their feces because that would be part of their stuff. But you get their stuff, get their videos, you know, take them off and move to another network program, you know, another system. That could very well happen if YouTube's guidelines. But doesn't it seem very strange, you know, within months of this election, they black out YouTube. They black out YouTube because they know that's the only source. That makes it very obvious that it's one of the only few sources of true news, is real news going on things like systems and formats like YouTube. So wouldn't that make people think for a second about what's going on and realize the queen and king of blacking out the media, the masters of it, to have perfected it? All of a sudden, oh, here's some money, toss it to YouTube, lease out, see, kind of like lease out YouTube, not own it, but just lease it out for a few months until the election's over, you know? Or just keep it indefinitely, change the rules until the election is over, and then you know, then put them back to normal, but she can keep YouTube and then put and monitor what she wants, just like she's done with all these other media blackout areas that she controls, okay? News outlets. All right? So that's the other thing you got to think about. Somebody put some money into somebody's money, or somebody put money into this, invested in it. It could be a silent partnership. You don't know with YouTube because, like other people pointed out, it's like talking to a wall. A robot would be better than talking. It's like an iron curtain. There's a curtain there. You know, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. There's nobody there. They don't even, it's like, you know, there's no exchange at all of, it's like a cold dead silence when it comes to communication of any sort. You know? So that's always a problem. So if they had a format system that was better, more convenient, and actually allowed more freedom, and actually promoted a little more monetary gain, guess what? All-win situation. Get it? So it's not the only format. And now that you know, we have all the present technology, it's very easy to set up a very similar thing. Believe that, okay? And that doesn't mean like I want to be threatening YouTube, because there's nothing to threaten but an iron curtain, okay? So think about it. So then she could have it, you wouldn't even know. She she blacks it out for the election, right? For the last few months of the election, so nobody can say anything negative and tell the truth on there. And then after, switch the rules back like it was normal, so she could still get all the money and keep the flow of, and then she can concentrate on what's being said there and media blacking out there. See, that would control another level of the true media, alternate right or alternate left, whatever you want to call it, alternate media, period. She'll control that too. See, I don't think that I'm out, you know, I don't think that I'm too far off on my suspicions. I mean, think about the things they've done in the past. And do you think this is very much different, or would be a surprise, or something, you know, that you wouldn't put past the ingenious criminal minds, the Hillbilly, Team Hillbilly, and the rest of those Dems and all those, you know, the what they call the liberalism, a mental disorder, and that's what it is. It's a disease. Okay, starts up here and it grows. It's a brain disease, mental disorder. It really is. And it's people to recognize that this is the truth. What I'm telling you is the truth. Okay, what I'm speaking is the truth, because now they don't have facts. Okay, but you can put things together. You guys are pretty good at it. YouTubers are pretty good at adding up. And because we have lots of numbers and we're not afraid to communicate the truth with each other and correspond back, and we have rapid refire, reshare, and things like that, we can spread things very quickly. Okay, that's what she doesn't like. Also, I'm sure it's not a coincidence. Look, I'm going to go in the light. It's no coincidence. Now we're in the light. It's no coincidence. It is no coincidence that the election time, whether who's controlled what or why, there is no coincidence that the election time, corresponding with these new rules and regulations at YouTube that basically restrict you from doing anything and not understanding, and that can be interpreted however they choose, which is completely fine, because you don't have freedom of speech on YouTube. There's terms of agreement and such, so there's certain rules and guidelines. That's fine, because that's their company. That's what you agree to when you sign up. But the thing is, that's the only source of real news going on. So you got to think, there's no coincidence. Election time is coming up and all of a sudden these new rules and guidelines come up. Think about it. I mean, and then, all these emails can disappear and files are hacked and uranium sold to Russia, but Russia's evil. The Clintons can sell their uranium, or plutonium, or whatever the hell it is, to the Russians. But Clinton is making out them to be bad, and she's stupid, because we need their help as much as we need any other white country's help right now. We need to unite together to keep the genocide, prevent it, because it's real. People don't think it's real. It is. It is. According to the rules of the United Nations agreements or whatever on the terms, they're about as vague as these YouTube rules that they're new now. So it's the way they're interpreted now, and you can interpret them however you want. So basically, everyone can qualify or disqualify for it, depending on just however they want to look at it. So, all right. Hopefully this is a very positive and uplifting message from Matt Love Clark. Be in the light or be in the night. Eyes open, ears open, and pay attention.